Okay, if not Biden, who else could be the Democratic presidential 2024 candidate? Hello, this is ChartGPT today. Well, the 2024 presidential primaries are going to kick off here soon in September in a few weeks. Of course, remember that super duper Tuesday, which is March 3rd, where probably more than half the delegates will be assigned by that date, so we're only about 6-7 months away. So taking a look at the Democratic side, obviously Joe Biden is the candidate, he's announced candidate, and he's been pretty consistent on the polling since April till about now, pretty much in that just right around the 60. RFK Jr., he's been kind of polling, losing a little bit here. And of course there's a distance run of Williamson. These are the three major declared. She's polling way below 10. So interesting where we sit there. Of course RFK is the second runner-up at this point, and he's actually doing better with Republicans than he is doing with Democrats. He's been considered a quack because of his stance on vaccine and various other things, stance on Ukraine, so he's a little bit outside the Democratic Party. But so the question is, what else is there? So there's been a lot of people mentioned if Biden, decides to not run. I mean, he is 80 years old-ish, and a lot of people think that he's losing some of his mental capabilities, and he may not be able to run. So a lot of people think he may eventually step out to give someone else a chance to step in. And since he's polling so poorly against Donald Trump, about even there. We've seen that in other polls. And so the question is, where else could we look to? Well, here's kind of a list of people. Of course, the top one, believe it or not, is not RFK Jr. It's Gavin Newsom. Everybody's thinking that Gavin Newsom is the heir apparent if Joe Biden should step down. Not even his vice presidential pick, Kamala Harris, is up there. We can see this in this predicted people putting their money out to put their money where their mouth speaks. Pete Buttigieg a little bit, but there's a few others. Hillary Clinton, Pritzker, Illinois governor, Bernie Sanders still around, Elizabeth Warren, even AOC, Sherrod Brown, Stacey Abrams, Amy Klobuchar. So some of these are people. There's even the outsiders. Michelle Obama has been cited one, Oprah Winfrey, Mark Cuban, I think one of the investor type from Wall Street. So there's a few other people that are floating around, but they're very distant. So if Joe Biden should step down, probably it will be Gavin Newsom. That seems to be where the news media is kind of focusing on. But CNN did some interesting polling here about would you consider a third-party candidate? And actually the Democrats are the most likely to want to say yes, would be considering that. Of course, Cornel West is announce his third-party candidacy, and of course that probably would take votes away from the Democrats, which would be the death of Democrats. So the mainstream establishment is out to get him to not run or sideline him. So they're doing to him what they do to a lot of outside candidates. But that's an interesting factoid there. Democrats are looking for someone else compared to the Republicans. And of course, this is another poll, part of that CNN poll. Well, actually, it was from Quinnipiac, that even though they have Joe Biden and Donald Trump equal, neither is a huge part of that. So the fact of the matter is, most of the political environment don't want either of them, or I should say, a large percentage of them don't want neither. So that's an interesting thing there. We asked AI, what's the effect of third-party candidates on the two-party system we have? It's interesting to take there to see what it says. And give me your take. Will Joe Biden be the presidential Democratic nominee in 2024, or will it be someone else? Check the post link in the description box, and don't forget to subscribe.